Is 7:05 on this Monday. Hope you guys had a great weekend. Fortunately, the weather cooperated for a lot of weekend plans, but also fortunately, some of us wound up seeing some rain, which we actually are starting to need a little bit. I was looking at some of the data, and for the year, we're about 2 to 5 inches below normal on rain, which I was actually kind of surprised about, but that is the truth. So some of us actually in need of that. Let's go ahead before we get into the thick of it. Our picture of the day from the weekend, thanks to Elaine, who enjoyed part of her Saturday and Sunday on Carvin's Cove. A beautiful shot here of just a beautiful part of the area. It's nice to see folks getting out on the water, out and about, getting some of that vitamin D now that we're at about 14 and a half hours of daylight. If you have any pictures from the weekend, send those to us through Pin It on our weather app at WSLS.com/pins. In the meantime, let's look ahead to what we're expecting this week. We start out again today with some scattered showers, and I'll show you why specifically I'm expecting those just to be scattered. At one point, it kind of looked like a washout today. That is no longer going to be the case. But again, I'll show you why we're kind of trimming back and calling things more scattered today. Humidity levels dropping into the middle of the week before temperatures rise later on ahead of Father's Day weekend. This morning, though, starting out mild, a little bit on the muggy side, right? You know, the past few mornings we woke up temperatures in the 40s and 50s. That is not at all the case this morning. When you have cloud cover, it provides a little bit of a blanket for you, so temperatures don't necessarily drop as much in the morning. Blacksburg, Martinsville, Roanoke, you're at 65 to 67 degrees. And there's your scattering of showers out there, these moving from southwest to northeast. Let me go ahead and put this in play mode for you, so you guys can kind of see how things are progressing this morning. Parts of the Highlands dealing with some pretty steady rain. Most of it is light, but it's steady. That's also the case in parts of Pittsylvania, Campbell, and Halifax counties. The activity a little more scattered farther to the south and west, at least within our area. But let me again show you guys why this is more scattered than anything. So you've got two different parts of the weather pattern that are essentially sucking up all the energy or consuming most of it. You've got this cluster, this line of showers and storms in Alabama, North Florida, and Georgia. That's taking up a lot of energy. And then the center of our storm system is actually over parts of the Great Lakes in the Ohio River Valley. So that's where you see some more widespread rain, is parts of Pennsylvania, upstate New York. So we're kind of caught in the middle of those two branches there, and that oftentimes leads to just scattered activity. So not looking at any kind of widespread strong thunderstorms. So Alessandro, to answer your question, yeah, after today, much of this week is going to be calm. And again, I'll explain why that's going to be the case here within the next few minutes. So as for today, again, future tracker overdoing things a little bit. I mentioned that earlier this morning on Virginia Today, but any kind of showers we see are mostly going to be scattered and mostly going to move west to east through about midday. Patsy, happy Monday to you, and I hope you enjoyed your weekend. Hope you're off to a good start this morning. Here we are by noon, and along into the east of US 29, that's where we could see some scattered storms developing. Here we are, though, by 4 p.m., and most, if not all, of the area is dry. So again, scattered activity this morning through about midday, but late this afternoon into the evening, things are going to turn more pleasant for us. And there's a big reason for that. So our front moving through the area, that's going to move through late morning into the afternoon, all right? So let's just kind of pretend that that's a cold front. Beyond that, you see humidity levels start to dip. So when the dew point is in the 60s for our area, that's pretty muggy. But when it's in the 50s, it's a little more comfortable. So if you have any kind of evening plans, maybe the kids have a ball game or something like that this evening, it's going to feel a lot more comfortable. High temperatures today, they're in the 60s in the NRV, they're in the 70s in the Highlands and Roanoke Valley. We're pushing near 80 degrees in Lynchburg and South Side this afternoon. But once humidity levels drop, temperatures will have more opportunity to drop overnight, 52 to 56. You get a little bit of Mother Nature's free air conditioning heading into tomorrow morning, so it won't be quite as muggy as what we're waking up to right now. Now, to answer an earlier question about any kind of widespread rain or severe weather, I don't see that, pardon me, happening this week. And we oftentimes talk about this during the winter, that there is a northern branch and a southern branch to the air pattern. And so I've got the northern branch here in these arrows. I've got the southern branch marked as storm track. The two are generally going to be disjointed from one another here as we go throughout the week. So what that means is that most of your rain is going to be either to our north or to our south. And we're left with really not much going on between now and Friday. In fact, you see in parts of Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, and Florida, more than an inch of rain. You also see that in parts of Ohio, in parts of Pennsylvania, and interior New England. Meanwhile, here we are, and we see, if anything, less than a quarter of an inch from rain so far this week. But as far as so far this year, Blacksburg is about 2 inches of rain below normal. Southside is about 2.5 inches below normal. Lynchburg and Roanoke are about 4 to 5 inches below normal on rainfall for the year. So we're not quite in a drought yet, but we're abnormally dry. So it's something that we're going to have to keep an eye on here as we get into the summer months. You really would like to get more rain, especially in the summer months, so that you're not setting up the fall for an active wildfire season. So we'll keep our fingers crossed there. But again, as far as the next 4 days or so after today, you don't necessarily see a lot of chances of rain. As we head into Father's Day weekend, however, we'll start to turn hotter, start to turn a little more humid, and you guys know just about as well as I do that that's a recipe for scattered storms. And I think we see that chance first Saturday evening, and then again on Father's Day. Actually, it looks like the chance Father's Day is going to be slightly higher than Saturday. So if you're taking Dad out for golf this weekend, the mornings, they're mild, they're mostly dry. The afternoons, when we could see a few storms out there. And again, it looks like Saturday would mostly be the evening, kind of similar to what we saw yesterday. And then Father's Day could be kind of your typical summertime kind of day. So the extended forecast reflecting that, right? Today, we're in the 70s for the most part. We've got some of those scattered showers to deal with from time to time up until about midday. But once humidity levels drop, temperatures drop into the 50s first thing each morning between tomorrow and Thursday. So nice and comfortable. Again, you may need the AC at times this week as we head into each afternoon, but the mornings before going to bed, you may actually be able to turn it off and hopefully save a little bit on your electric bill this month. But as we head deeper into the week and into the holiday weekend, that's where you start to see the AC is going to be needed from start to finish. Our mornings start in the low to mid 60s. Our afternoons are in the 80s. Moving into Father's Day weekend. So Friday, Saturday could potentially get close to 90 degrees in a few parts of the area, something we have still yet to officially hit in 2023. But that's at least a potential ahead of any kind of showers and storms that do develop as we head into Father's Day. All right, so the time now coming up on 7:14. Let's backtrack just a little bit as you're heading out the door this morning. We do have a scattering of showers around the area. Nothing that's severe. There you see those greens indicating we're on the lighter end of the spectrum. You got some showers in Southside, in the Highlands, very scattered in the New River Valley. And all things considered, we're thankful for any little bit of rain that we can get, and we're also thankful that it's not producing severe weather. There was a tornado in Crossville, Tennessee yesterday, and then there was also a suspected tornado near Jonesville, Virginia in Lee County. If you're familiar with the Tri-Cities, that just being north and west of areas like Kingsport and Bristol. So that storm weakened significantly as it moved into our area overnight. So we'll wait word from the National Weather Service in Morristown on whether or not there was a tornado there. But thankfully today, not expecting severe weather. Again, just kind of a scattering of showers between now and about the middle of the day. We've got updates coming up at 7:26 on the Today Show, again at 7:57, 8:26, 8:55, and then around 9:30 and 10:30. I'll be back looking over some of the latest forecast data, sharing that with you during 10 News at noon. You guys will be with me and Alyssa Ray by then. So have a great rest of your Monday, and I will see you guys at some point this morning on 10 News. Have a great rest of your day. We'll talk to you soon. Come on. There we go.